So I'm just going to take you through the case study for this business, Kotomi. They are a swimwear business based out of Australia, founded by two ladies who are super passionate about their business and who have built up a pretty, amazing, solid audience on Instagram. So in terms of what they do, it is, like I said, a swimwear business. They do also have an intimates and an activewear section, but largely, this 80-90% of revenue comes from these swimwear designs. So really amazing product. You can see here that if you go into the reviews, that people are super passionate about the brand, and the quality of product is really strong, and the aesthetic on this website as well is very solid. So content was great. When we came on board, however, the business was struggling with scaling up. It's paid media on the front end, and one of the reasons for that is the email revenue was weak. So that didn't allow them to kind of boost the LTV, get a higher conversion rate as possible on the front end, which they could then put back into ads to kind of scale the business up. So we came on board in May, June time of 2023. And you can see on the screen in front of you now that 13% of revenue, so around 6,000 Australian dollars per month, was coming from email. So they had a few flows set up, and they were also sending campaigns here and there. They were largely, as you can see here, focused on promotions. So out of these 5 April campaigns, 4 of them are discount based. So yes, they're driving campaign revenue pretty nicely. But it's largely promotion based. Open rates and click rates were pretty low, and then flows were okay. There was a kind of few built out, but most of them were missing. If we fast forward now to the last full calendar month, so I'm filming this as of the middle of November, so I've got up here October's revenue. You can see that things are very different. So email is currently accounting for 46% of online sales, which is insane. And we've helped them scale up. So all of the kind of higher LTV, the higher conversion rate, the higher profitability that we've been driving via email has allowed them to kind of put that money back into Facebook ads and kind of scale up the store as a whole. The other point to note here is that, obviously this is a swimwear business. So, we're talking about October here, which was, not a low month, but a month where, it's not peak swimwear season. So that's important to note as well. And we've helped the business kind of weather, a typically or historically low season. In terms of the game plan then, so I think step 1 is in terms of the sign up form. So we are just capturing a lot more of the website traffic than previously was the case. So we've got 2 pop-ups here that capture email address and SMS. So historically, this was sub 1% sign up rate. We are now at 3%, which is very strong. So this business will regularly go viral on social media. There'll be a lot of traffic driven to site from that, and we're now converting a much higher proportion of those people and then converting them on the back end. We've also built out all of the key flows, and you can see here, most of these are driving a pretty significant chunk of revenue. We're capturing people at each stage of the purchase journey. Yes, a lot of that is on the front end, but then also on the back end with this post-purchase flow, requesting reviews, asking for UGC. All of those flows are also doing heavy lifting in terms of driving revenue. If we switch over to looking at campaigns then, so I think the focus here is, look, none of these campaigns are promotion based or sales focused. So we have massively increased the profitability on the back end for the business. So anyone that comes in from a campaign purchase is now no longer promotion driven. They're used to buying at full price. So that will be less of an issue going forward, which means that the kind of monetization of the list can be maximized. And we're focused on a content-based campaign calendar. Aside from that, you can also see that the stats, both in terms of open and click rates, are way up. We have a much more engaged list, and we're still sending to a pretty wide engagement audience of 6 months, as you can see here. I would say though the kind of real win from what we've implemented is just sending emails that now match the full brand vibe, whether that be, brand content on Instagram or the website. Our emails now look really good. So you can see here just the welcome series. This is super on brand, and this is why we're getting such high revenue. One of the reasons why things are converting super well. So yeah, just a brief overview to Kotomi. If you have a swimwear business, and you're looking for help with your email marketing, please click the link below this video, and we can book in a time to speak, and we can do something similar to what we've done to Kotomi for you. Thank you.